His pen up hormone, after so much fighting, meant that even a poster could excite them, seemingly making them forget the cruelty of war. While showering, three beautiful French women happened to pass by, completely ignoring their enthusiastic calls. The men offered them sausages and bread. The women immediately changed their tune, warmly inviting them to their home. There were 3 women but 4 men, so they decided to get one of their companions drunk. When Paul brought the food, the women ate without a care for appearances. Clearly, they hadn't had a proper meal in a long time. After their meal, the French women thanked them. Soon after, while the second company was shifting battlefields, they encountered enemy bombing. Paul was unfortunately wounded and taken to the rescue vehicle. His friends looked on with envy. They knew that after Paul recovered, he could enjoy a vacation, or at least leave the brutal battlefield forever. During his convalescence, Paul recovered quickly and was granted a short leave. He chose to go home. The people of his hometown regarded Paul as a hero, especially his father, who boasted about him everywhere, using him as the topic of conversation after dinner. Paul watched them excitedly talking about the war and felt a pang of sorrow. Paul also visited his teacher, the man who had always encouraged them to fight for their country and family. His eyes were always filled with a fanatical focus on the war. Paul looked him over and calmly announced the deaths of his classmates one by one. The teacher was not sad. Instead, he was proud, having raised them into outstanding Germans. Paul looked at him coldly and finally left in disappointment. The war continued. Paul decided to return to the front lines. The French army had ample food, while the Germans were out of ammunition and supplies. Paul and his father went to deliver food to the soldiers at the front. Shells occasionally fell around them, but they were used to it. Suddenly, a shell struck. His father couldn't dodge in time and was wounded in the leg. There were no German soldiers nearby to help. Paul could only give him a quick bandage and carry his father to the hospital. When they arrived at the field hospital, Paul was exhausted, but his father was still dead. Paul couldn't believe it. When he helped his father up, he discovered that his father had been shot in the back sometime during the night. And so, Paul's last friend also died. In the autumn of 1918, the war had entered a stalemate. The front lines seemed even quieter than before. Paul had completely transformed from a recruit into a veteran, still caring for his recruits like a father. That day, Paul was alone, huddled in a trench, when he suddenly saw a small bird not far ahead. He immediately took out paper and pen, intending to draw it. Unconsciously, he had stood up. It was at that moment that he was shot by an enemy sniper and remained on the battlefield forever. That day, the entire front was silent. The battle reports recorded only one sentence: no fighting on the Western Front.